Y'all, the internet called me old, but they kind of had a point.
Jump up, but she's too young to know this.
Some of these comments had me weak though. 42 in the year 1922. Girl, stop playing. Yeah, add about another 20 on that. That's not a 42 face, that's 52. However, all genetics are different. Okay, I like the sprinkle a little science in there. I am 42 and clearly I posted that as a joke. However, the joke's on me. And what I found out from posting this might also make you think differently about how we look as we age. So let's go. So a lot of this how old do I look content has been going viral a lot lately. I would say within the last year or so. There's been a lot of discourse about aging. Gen Z aging like milk. Millennials are delusional as hell about aging. Like, we've talked about this before on this channel. However, in one very viral video that I think kind of like sparked all of this conversation, and in it, TikTok user Chelsea, she came to the internet asking if she looks 36. Now, according to her, she's significantly younger than 36, but people have told her, or one person had told her that she looks 36, and she wanted to know the internet's opinion.
Somebody recently told me that they thought I was 36 years old, and I'm not. Just to be clear, I'm not close. I'm not 36. Do I look 36? I mean, I definitely have gray hair, but like if I take my glasses off and you like really look at my face, do I look 36 years old? I guess I could. I don't know. I've seen 36-year-olds that look younger than me, but
the 57,000 plus comments that she got on one video and then got a ton more on her follow-up video went exactly how you might expect it. Because, you know, if all else fails, the internet is going to internet. Now, the thing is, her true age is 29, which, you know, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm old, that like 29 and 36 is basically the same thing to me. But it's all relative, because I'm pretty sure when I was 29, I probably thought 36 was a lot older, you know, same as she did. Now, she does carefully point out that she's not saying that there's anything wrong with looking 36 or being 36, just that she is not 36. I think she looks very young, but she carries herself in a mature manner. Also, I think that some of her styling, as a lot of the users pointed out in the comments, that, you know, the styling is probably what kind of throws people off and makes them think that she's older than what she actually is. So take the Golden Girls, for example. At the time when the Golden Girls was initially being filmed, the cast was in their 50s. However, if we were to give them more modern styling, they would look more like what we perceive as people being 50 right now in 2024. That is a lot of that how old do I look kind of content, which kind of backfires. But there was also a lot of this like aging content where a user would proclaim that, you know, this is what someone at their specific age looks like without any filters, without any work done, without any makeup, you know, yada yada. A lot of these people look fan-freaking-tastic, right? But there were some people, they probably thought they were gonna get a different type of reaction when they posted these videos, and now the thing is, right, there was a lot of the need to humble from people that didn't have profile pictures, not a single post, nobody knows who they are or what they look like, but there they were in the comments humbling, which is kind of like what my video was making fun of, right? And I would like to point out some specific types of comments that I got on my video that I would see quite often in a lot of this aging content and just in this aging discourse in general. So I'm going to read a few for you. I'm 50. I get compliments all the time about how I don't look my age. She's beautiful and all, but she definitely couldn't be 42. Well, me, I'm gonna find a compliment in anything, so thank you. Another one said, 42? My sister is 51 and she looks way younger. I'm 46 and look 29. You look older. My mom is 70 and looks better. Wait. I saw this comment before, but I'm just now noticing the emoji choice. Why? I don't know why that big cheek smile emoji is taking me out, but it is. I am 47 and looks like 30. That's how they wrote it. Now, obviously, since this was a joke, I'm not offended by these comments. And even if it wasn't a joke, because of the years I've spent on YouTube, I've developed a thick skin. I probably still wouldn't be offended by these comments. However, why do we need to do this? Like, why do we feel the need to do this? And myself included, because there was an influencer who went viral on TikTok, and I was shocked to learn that she was just 30 because I thought she was closer to my age, right? And I even said this out loud, like on my stories. Shame on me. Because here's the thing. Why do we need to put others down to big ourselves up? I don't like that. I think that's corny. Do people still say corny? I'm gonna keep saying it because like I might even start bringing back stuff like jive turkey and dynamite. But anyway, now all wasn't lost in these comments. You know, I mean, a lot was lost in these comments. I had maybe like 3 or 4 nice comments. Like one person said, she looks great, but girl, why so glossy? Like I said, I'm gonna find a compliment in anything, so thank you. Another person said, you look amazing. We age differently. Thank you. Well, I don't even know I'm saying thank you, but I probably am gonna look like that when I get older. So thank you in advance. Hestacles Maximus said, easily in her 50s. However, she is attractive. Hey. But society does have us thinking that once you get past a certain age, you're gonna be washed, outdated, past your prime, whack. I promise y'all, truth is, despite what society and, you know, a lot of these people with microphones on the internet will have you believe, once you hit 30, the clarity in your mind, the self-confidence, you become more self-aware, all into your 30s. And it gets even better in your 40s. I am having the time of my life. I will be 43 next month. These have been some of the best years of my life. You know, more money, less problems, the self-confidence, I'm more assertive, I'm not afraid to speak up, the lack of patience for bullshit. I wish I could bottle this up and sell it. It's so good because I'd be a millionaire and then I'd be able to... Anyway. Now, I also got this comment on that video that, you know, she herself uses Botox and fillers, so how is this, you know, not having any work done? And I was like, whoa, they didn't... Again, it baffles my mind how some people didn't, like, get the joke. Maybe it wasn't really that funny. Kind of work on my material, you know, future. I do think there needs to be a little bit more in between when it comes to the aging discourse, because it seems as if you have one side where it's like, don't do anything, you know, age gracefully, which I feel is kind of like a loaded topic, because if you don't age gracefully in the way that people still find you desirable, then you ain't aged gracefully. Then on the other side, it is the extreme plastic surgery, the overfilled faces, then where people are no longer looking human, because she's proud to be 42, but oh, she gonna work on his skin, okay? So as I've mentioned before in videos, I use an antioxidant serum and sunscreen during the day, very faithful with that, and at night I use a custom prescription tretinoin from Agency Skincare. And shout out to Agency for sponsoring this portion of the video and for supporting a single cat mom who works 2 jobs. So tretinoin is an amazing gold standard skincare ingredient that comes with plenty of receipts that it can help with, not only with things like lines, texture, and wrinkles, but it can also help repair some of the damage that is done to our skin, you know, as we traipse around town during the day, you know, especially from the UV exposure. And that UV exposure is responsible for about 89% of the premature signs of aging. Now, there's nothing wrong with the signs of aging, but nobody wants to speed things up and have things happen before it's time, you know? Now, tretinoin is great and all, but the thing is, you go need a prescription to get it in the United States, and getting a prescription for something is going to require you to set up a doctor's appointment, put some pants on, go to the doctor's appointment, spend gas. You might have a copay. You still gotta pay for the prescription. These things add up. Plus, not everybody has access to skincare professionals. So with Agency, you can get access to gold star skincare ingredients like tretinoin and hydroquinone. These are things that require prescription without ever having to leave your house. So how it works, you take a skin quiz, you send over photos of your skin, and a licensed dermatology provider at Agency is going to look all of this over and determine which of these gold standard ingredients are going to go into your custom prescriptions, what percentage you might need them at, because this is important here. This is what makes it customized, because, you know, not everybody's skin is the same. Some people may need, you know, a higher percentage, some people may need a lower percentage, and also because this is a relationship that they want to have with you. Over time, your licensed dermatology provider is going to check in on your skin and determine if they need to increase the percentages, maybe decrease some things, maybe switch out some ingredients, kind of like having like a skincare concierge. So now I do both. I see a dermatologist in person and I also do Agency. Recently, my licensed dermatology provider at Agency bumped me up to 0.05% of tretinoin. I had been at 0.035 before for almost a year. Now, for me, tretinoin is more of a, you know, let the pot simmer and cook kind of thing. Because for me, I use it for preventative and preserving reasons. But you can also see some results with consistency over time if you have some texture or wrinkles or other things that you want to work on. Another rampant issue, especially with skin of color as we age, is that hyperpigmentation and discoloration becomes more apparent. Agency also offers a customized dark spot formula. Now, remember we talked about level level 1, well, what I call level 1 and level 2 dark spots. Level 1 is the dark spots that they're fresh, like you've had them like less than 4 months. Those are easier to treat with things that you can buy at the drugstore, department stores, specialty stores, yada yada. Older dark spots, however, those need a little bit of extra care. That's what I call the level 2. These are dark spots that you've had for a while. I'm talking like 5 months, 6 months, couple of years. With those, you're probably not going to get the results that you're looking for with something that you can buy over the counter. Typically, you're going to need a little bit more, and that little bit more is only available by prescription, but just as I mentioned with agency, you can do all of that without ever having to leave your house. A lot of you guys have left comments, you send me emails, DMs, yada yada yada. Even when I see you in person, sometimes you guys are telling me, which when you see me in person, you know, come talk. I like to talk. Anyway, a lot of you guys have been telling me that you're loving agency, you're loving the results. A lot of you have subscribed. Now, if you want to get down with that and take advantage of the free trial offer, I'll leave some information in the description box, so make sure you check that out. And thank you once again to agency for supporting my content. Now, I am clearly not against getting cosmetic treatments. The thing with skincare is that it does what it can, but it can't do everything. So skin is not just skin, but you have the things that are behind it that give it its structure. Facial muscles, facial fat, your bone structure. These are all things that as we age, you know, kind of go on a decline. And as much as you would love to think that putting on a moisturizer and even sunscreen would kind of help with that, it's not going to help with the structure. Kind of think of it like a balloon that was once filled with air and it's slowly deflating, right? You can put some moisturizer on that balloon and it's going to give the balloon a nice radiant finish. That balloon is going to look all moisturized and whatnot, but that moisturizer is not going to help with the fact that the balloon is slowly deflating. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. So for me, in addition to my skincare routine, which helps a lot with the way the skin looks, there is that volume loss, and skincare cannot help with volume no matter how much we like really want it to, it can't. So for me, it's been some Botox here, some filler there, but even that's not something that's going to solve everything. Like, have you guys seen any of Dr. Truesdale's work? Like, I've been following him for a couple of years now, and like he's a young plastic surgeon. He's based in Beverly Hills. His work just keeps getting like even more amazing and more amazing. He does some beautiful transformations that go viral, like this video here, and you can see why it goes viral and he gets a lot of praise because his patients look very natural after his facelifts. But one thing I've noticed about a lot of his patients and a lot of people who tend to undergo these type of procedures, it's not that they felt bad about being older. Like, they loved the maturity and all of the things, the amazing things that I talked about earlier that come with aging, but it's just that they wanted their outside to match what they were feeling on the inside, and I can get with that. I don't think some people realize how much like your face can change, and the changes are rapid. The facial aging changes in your 40s and 50s, especially for women because of things like perimenopause and menopause. Some of these changes are like overnight. Like, one day you're looking at your face and it's like this, and then the next it's gravity has taken hold. Like, you'd be looking in the mirror like, who the heck is that? And let's not pretend that age discrimination does not exist. Like, I've named some stats in this video right here where we kind of talked about aging and whatnot, so you know, check that out if you want to see more. But I want to know your thoughts on how old do I look and the other types of aging content that have been rampant on social media these days. Get all chitty chatty about it in the comments. Now, if you wanted to learn a little bit more about the cosmetic procedures that I've done, or if you just downright nosy, which I don't mind, be all nosy up on my channel, I'm gonna link to a playlist right here. Click on it and I will see you there.